Well, I'm Finley Williams. I'm the teen moderator, I guess you could call me for this session. Welcome to the fifth annual and first ever all virtual Shy Teen Lit Fest. It's a great time, huge jamboree. The Shy Teen Lit Fest strives to be an inclusive space for everyone. We appreciate you helping us.
Ah, there's somebody.
Yes, more people filing in. I was just reading the whole introduction here. We appreciate you helping us foster an environment where everyone feels welcome. This is just Zoom etiquette, but please keep your mic muted so we can hear our wonderful presenter,
Ah,
who is Arnie Bernstein. He's an internationally acclaimed author and journalist. He writes about movies, history, and whatever interests him. He's talked about his books and writing on radio, podcasts, and blogs and social media throughout the United States, and stay in your seats in Ireland, England, Poland, Russia, Australia, and a whole lot of other places.
and I stayed in my seat during that too. I didn't get to go there.
He's been honored by the Illinois State Library and the State Library of Michigan. And someday he wants to get that call from the State Library of Hawaii, a little exotic.
If you know
Um,
anybody, please call. It's
Artie is
oh, oh, a cat. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, that's great.
oh gosh, that's Nelson, right, Joe?
Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, yeah. He's prettier than me. It's oh, that's great.
Um, Arnie has worked with many teen groups, high school classes, and teaches writing at Triton College. He's run a lot of 5Ks, 10Ks, and half marathons, plays a mean ukulele, loves writing on an old fashioned typewriter, and is a rabid White Sox fan. Sorry, Cubs fans. Um, that was Arnie's entire resume, and here's a brief description of the program. I'm shortening a little bit here.
Sure.
In this workshop, you'll learn creative nonfiction techniques that make your words sing. The world needs to hear what you have to say. Your voice makes a difference, and it begins by writing it down. Your story is the story that matters. Mr. Bernstein, please take it from here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Call me Arnie. Mr. Bernstein's my father. Okay. If I could call you by your first name, you can call me by mine. Would you guys mind turning on your cameras? It might be if I could see who I'm working with, it's kind of nice. If you don't want to, that's cool. But might be kind of nice if you would do it so I can see who I'm working at instead of a black rectangle with white letters. Um, okay, so we got Joe. We got is it Rika or Rika? Is it Rika or Rika? I want to get your names right. I guess I can.
It's Rika.
Rika. I'm sorry. Could you speak up?
It's Rika.
Rika. Okay, thank you, thank you. And Mia and Brenda. Okay, great. Okay, guys. So, how many of you love to write? Can you raise your hands or say something in the chat room or something like that? How many of you love to write? Yes, no? Yeah, you're getting there. You're getting there. Okay. Okay, good, Mia. Good. And right. Oh, yes, with a big exclamation point. Great. Terrific. Okay, so you guys know what you're doing. Now, one of the things I love to do is how many of you got like, oh, guys, disappearing in there. The, whew, look at that. Woo, woo. I use a Mead notebook. Oh, there we go. And I like to just scratch. Oh, I guess if I do it that way, you can see my chicken scratchings in there and all kinds of inks and stuff like that. Get one of these and you're going to be the happiest person ever. How many of you have like a journal book that you keep? How many of you could you tell me in the message, or how many of you keep a journal book? How many of you write in a journal? You do? Okay, great. Anybody else? Anybody else write in a journal? I have a diary which same different. I have multiple. Oh, that's good, Mia. I have multiple too. I do sometimes. Okay, great, great. Okay, guys, so here's what we're gonna do. First we're gonna do a writing exercise. How many of you sometimes you get stuck? Oh, there's somebody. Hello. Rika. Okay. Rika or Rika? Rika. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just dumb. Okay, so how many of you sometimes you get stuck when you want to get started? You don't know what to do? Show of hands. Yes, no? My hand goes up too. Okay, here's what I want you to do. You got a notebook in front of you or even a screen or whatever, some paper. And here's what I want you to do. I'm going to write this down. And you won't be able to read my writing, but it says, I remember. I remember. Now write that down at the top of your book. Write that down at the top of your book. I like the person who has Ernie. I get called Ernie all the time. So I think that's kind of funny. That's Brenda. Okay, so I remember. Good. Here's what I want you guys to do now. Look at that and just write what you remember and just start writing. Write what you remember. Don't worry about your spelling. Don't worry about your grammar. Those things don't exist anymore. And just write what you remember. And it can be anything. It could be anything. You can make a list. You could do whatever you want. And whenever you get stuck, write down, I remember again, and just keep writing. And we'll do this for a couple minutes. Okay? Just keep writing. I remember. And I'll do it too. Keep writing. If you get stuck, right? I remember it. Keep writing. Keep writing. Keep writing. Don't look at me. Right, right, right. Come on, come on. There you go. There you go. Keep writing. Keep writing. Keep writing. Okay, just maybe another 30 seconds or so. Keep writing, keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. Don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. Don't stop. How do you think all these books got started? Somebody just kept writing. Keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. Don't let that pen stop. Don't worry if it doesn't make sense. There's no gravity in this room. Keep writing, okay. Okay, guys, and I'll give another 30 seconds and I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, we're good to go. Okay, well, I'll go first. You don't have to read, but if you want to, go for it. Hint, hint, hint. Okay, so I remember my high school creative writing teacher, Mrs. Shapiro. She wore glasses and her hair was in a ponytail. She knew I was a little crazy and she encouraged that. I'm a writer today because of her. Oops. Thank you, Mrs. Shapiro. And I could have gone on and on and on about Mrs. Shapiro. She was the best. And actually, when I went back to my high school once, they had me talk about my books and they said they tried to get her there, but she wasn't able to come. And I almost broke down crying because that's who I am her because she was a good teacher. Does anybody want to read what you wrote? Anybody care to read? You don't have to. Hint, hint. You don't. But if you want to read, go right ahead. Anybody?
I'll go.
Okay, who said that? Mia?
Yeah.
Mia, would you mind getting on camera so I can see you?
Okay.
There you are. Hello.
Hello. I remember my best friend from 5th grade. He came late December. I remember during that time we didn't really talk. It took about a month or two for us to talk. It all started during a science project. when our teacher assigned us to be partners. My first impression of him was a kid who was messy. He came to school with his messy black spiked hair and clothes all ruined. But then after a while, you came to realize that he was really organized. Thanks to him, I became a better person who I am now. And that's basically what I had.
That's great. That's great. Does anybody else want to go? That's wonderful. I used to have this spiky hair too, but enjoy it while you have it. It's anybody else want to read? That was great. Thank you, Mia. Anybody else want to go? No? That's okay. Here's a question I have for you. Mia, were you surprised by anything you wrote?
I mean, actually most of it, because like I wasn't paying attention when I was writing, and like I just wrote whatever came to my head, and my head just moving.
That's how it should work. That's great. I remember is wonderful, because if you ever get stuck, I remember, and it doesn't matter what comes out, it gives you stuff. And you could probably write a whole short story about that, Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, my personal narrative is about this.
Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. That's great. That's great. So are you still friends with this guy? You don't say.
Yeah, I am. It's been like many years.
Uh-huh. Oh, listen, those connections stay tight. My best friend and I, we've known each other since 3rd grade, and I think we had our 50th anniversary as friends recently, which is a little scary. But yeah, those connections last. Those connections last. That's so great. Okay. Anybody else want to go? Anybody else want to go? Nobody? Okay, that's cool. Okay, so what this whole thing is about today is your story matters. What you have to say matters. Who you are matters. And I don't care what anyone has ever said to you or anything or everything. You're here, you're learning from me, so you're a smart, intelligent person. You got something to say. So what we're going to do is just kind of brainstorming these journals a little bit, and I'm going to throw some things at you and just write whatever comes to mind. Don't worry about your spelling. Don't worry about grammar. How many of you worry about your spelling and grammar? How many worry about spelling and grammar when you write? Yeah. You know what? It doesn't matter. When you create a first draft, you know what it looks like? That's what my first draft looked like. Let me get down that way. See, can you read that? Does it look like an unholy mess? Is that an unholy mess? If ever there was one. And I read a lot of books, so unholy messes are great. That's how you get started. That's how you get started with these unholy messes, okay? So don't worry about your spelling. Don't worry about your grammar. That gets in the way. When you go back and you write a second draft or a third draft or whatever, then you start cleaning that stuff up. But the first draft, who cares? Who cares? It's between you and the page. Let's get that stuff out there. So I'm going to throw some stuff at you and just write. Don't think, just write. That's my big thing. Don't think, just write. The writing will tell you how it wants to be written. Okay? Well, do you guys know how do they tell you you start with a thesis and then you have to have 6 paragraphs and there's like 7 lines in a paragraph and blah, blah, blah. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I want to do this here real quick. Okay. So you start with a thesis statement, right? Thesis, right? And then you have, what's the body? Somebody tell me, how many are in the body? How many paragraphs are in your body?
3.
3 paragraphs in a body. Okay. And how many sentences are in the paragraphs? What have they told you?
They said 5 or more.
5 sentences, and we'll just say 5. Okay. Any idea how many words are supposed to be in a sentence? Did they tell you that one? No? Okay, that's cool. And then how do you end it? With a conclusion? And what does the conclusion do?
Basically close up the story.
Okay, and is there anything they told you specifically? No? Ever hear restate the thesis? Yeah, no? Okay, so I wrote all that down here. Okay, see all that? So this is how you were told to write, yes? Okay, here's what we're gonna do with it. Forget all that nonsense. Write like you, okay? I'm big on your voice. Write in your voice. Write like you. What you have to say matters. So I want you to write like you and nobody else, because nobody else can write like you, okay? So forget all that stuff, all that silly stuff that, can you have a one-word sentence? Yes. Can you have a one-word sentence? No. Well, that's a one-word sentence. And can you have a one-word paragraph? Yes, I do it all the time. I do it too much maybe, but I do it all the time. Okay? So I'm just going to throw some things at you and just write. Just right. You're having a good time. I can see you're having a good time. You're smiling ear to ear. Okay, so just write whatever comes to mind. Okay. First, I'm going to throw some one-word or two-word combinations. Just the one that grabs you. Write it down. Okay. So up or down. Just write. Don't think. Just write. Put it in your notebook. No. Don't look at me. I don't have the answer. Up or down. In or out. I love that cat. Cat or dog. Glasses or cups. iPads or Kindles. Mac or PC. Okay. I want you to answer this question and just write. Once upon a time, this is what I did. Once upon a time, this is what I did. And keep writing. Don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about grammar. Don't worry about if it even makes sense. Don't even make sense. If you're writing in a notebook, go outside the lines. Who cares? I think that cat really wants to write. Once upon a time, Gesundheit. Okay, stop. And here's the next one. When suddenly, and what happened next? When suddenly, what's a dog now? When suddenly, there's the cat. Okay. You're fun, Joe. Okay. Cat is writing. Okay. When suddenly, keep writing. What happened suddenly? Stop. And then, and keep writing. And then, stop. And so I learned that. This is our ending. And so I learned that. And just answer. And so I learned that. And let it draw to a natural conclusion. Don't stop, finish. Let the writing tell you how it wants to end. Don't stop, finish. Now, when you're writing, when you're done writing, you can shake out that wrist. But don't stop, finish. And I'll give you another half minute or so. You guys are still writing. That's great. Just for time's sake, I need you to stop. But my God, Raggy, you are great. You still, or Mia, excuse me. And Raggy, you're great. You're all great. But yeah, Mia, slow down. Okay. I love it. You're still writing, but we got to move forward here. That's great. That's great. I'm so impressed. Does anybody want to read what you wrote? Would anybody like to read it? You don't have to, but it'd be nice if you did. Come on. I don't live next door to you. I don't know. I'm not gonna sit outside your house and laugh. Come on. Who's next? Who wants to read?
So mine doesn't really fit well.
Oh,
But
I don't want to hear any excuses.
what about the cat? Okay.
That's fine. Whatever you want to write about, write it. Read it.
Once upon a time, I got a cat named Panda. Due to her attitude, I called her Kachan, which meant loud and explosive in Japanese. It reminded me of my cousin's cat Oreo, who was really fat and chunky, because she was fed heavy whipping cream for 3 months. Due to all this, I learned that you can't feed cats heavy whipping cream because they get sick.
Oh, that's great.
When suddenly, after a while, Oreo started to get old and sick. I guess this is all due to the fact that we fed her heavy whipping cream and basically denied her health issues for some point, which is all my cousin's fault, because we tried to advise him to take care of his cat, but he didn't. And then we came back to find Panda trying to jump on the fish tank and grab the fish for some reason. And so I learned that you can't leave the cat alone by a fish tank because at the end, they'll end up jumping in and not being able to get out and trying to eat the fishes. This is basically the outcome of leaving the cat alone with the fishes. And basically, you see what happens.
Oh, that's great. That's great. How much of it was true? How much of it was true?
All of it.
Mia? Mia, did you freeze?
Huh?
Oh, no, you didn't freeze. You were just holding still.
was-
How much of that was true?
All of it.
All of it? Oh, that's great. That's great. Did you find any, were you surprised by anything you wrote?
Basically the fact that I talked about the cat jumping into the fish tank.
Oh, that's great. That's funny. How about your word choices? You had some fun words in there. Were there any words that stood out? You know what, everybody, look over what you wrote. And if there's a couple of words that stand out, just underline them. Just underline the words that stood out. That kind of made things come alive. You know, those adjectives that they keep telling you about, the actions, the descriptive words, the adjectives. Any good adjectives in there? Adjectives make your stuff come alive. Okay, what are some of the adjectives you guys got? You can write it in the message or you can say it on your mic. What are some of the adjectives you guys wrote down? Anybody? What are some of the adjectives you wrote down? Anybody? No? Yes? You can write it in the message if you want. What are some of your adjectives? No? Yes? That's okay. Okay. By the way, there's an adjective that everybody uses. Raise your hand if you use this word or you hear this adjective all the time. Amazing. Raise your hand if you hear it all the time. How many of you use it a lot? Raise your hand, be honest. Okay. It's a You hear it all the time. Does it drive you a little crazy? How many times you hear it? No? Well, I'm going to fix that. I'm going to make it every time somebody says amazing, I want you to like grab something and bang, hit yourself in the head or something, and eventually you get tired of it. Amazing means what? Overwhelming, exciting. Is everything overwhelming and exciting? Not necessarily, but you say it's amazing anyway. Let's come up with some good adjectives that could replace amazing. I have a book right above me somewhere too. Yeah. Oh, here it is. Pardon me. Adjectives that oh, I guess I have to do it this way. Better than great. These are all kinds of adjectives that you can use instead of amazing or great. Let's see if I have amazing in here. This is one of my pet peeves is amazing. So we're going to fix that for everybody. You're never going to say amazing ever again. What are some other words for amazing? Delicious, joy-giving, beautiful. I don't see it in this. I don't see it there. That's okay. Don't think. You're thinking. Yeah, don't think. Just write. No thinking. No thinking. Nobody thinks. Thinking isn't for writers. Writers don't think. They do. It's an adverb, but rushed. No, an adverb has an ly at the end. And you guys know who Stephen King is, the horror writer? He says the road to hell is paved with adverbs. So he doesn't like them. Interestingly, he does not like adjectives. Or adverbs, excuse me, adverbs. He likes good adjectives. Okay, what are some of the different ones you got instead of amazing?
I put an extravagant.
Oh, I like that. That's good. What are some other ones? You can type it in or say it. Anybody? What are some ones you got besides amazing? Nothing? Oh, incredible, spectacular. Oh, those are great. Those are great. Yeah. Anything else? Wonderful. Oh, yeah. Something simple. Now, how many of you like to use big words? You want to use the big words so you sound intelligent, right? Big words, right? Guess what? What's the word you want? The right word. If I want to say, I drove my car, or I drove my automobile. Well, which one sounds better? I drove my car to the station where I got fuel. I drove my car to the gas station. Which one sounds better?
I drove my car to the gas station.
Because
it needed to be filled up with fuel.
Exactly. And why does that one sound better?
I don't know. I feel like in today's knowledge, it sounds more normal for us to say.
Exactly. I want you to write this down. This is one of my favorite rules. And I'm going to show you something too. Sorry, you see my big fat head there. Okay, here's what I want you to write down. Omit needless words. Omit.
Is that Strunk and White right there?
Ta-da! Finley, you're great.
The Bible.
You got it. You got it. Elements of style. If you want to write, you pick up this book.
That's the only thing you need.
Oh my God. I throw out every other writing book.
That's the one requirement.
Oh, Finley, you're great. What is it? It's a thin little book, but it's got every great writing rule in here. And rule number 17 is omit needless words. I got gas for my car for fuel purposes. Well, yeah, all right, Finley. You know what, Finley? I have all 4 editions. I should show this. I have, you can see my big fat arm too. Let me get this. Yeah, I'm a geek when it comes to this book. Where's the original? Elements of Style. This is the first edition. It was written by a guy named William Strunk in like 1918. And he had a student. And his student was this guy, where's it? E.B. White. And he updated it like in the 1950s. And then there was another one. There we go. And then this is the most recent one with the gray cover. Anybody know who E.B. White was? You all do. Who is E.B. White? What E.B. Oh, E.B. White is everything. Oh, thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh. It's E.B. White is everything. Anybody know what the other E.B. White book is? The big famous one? You all do. Finley, you're nodding your head like it's going to pop off. What was the book?
It's Charlotte's Web, right?
Ding, 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 ding. Correct. Charlotte's Web. Some pig. That was the same E.B. White. And he was one of the best writers this country has ever produced. And, but he had wonderful things to say. And he said them right because he omitted needless words. How many sentences, how many words should be in a sentence? They told you what, 5 to 7? Something like that? Ridiculous. How many words should be in a sentence? The right number. And that doesn't mean all sentences should be short, but that every word makes sense. Every word should have a place. It's like when you draw a picture, do you have any lines that don't make sense? If you have a machine, do you want any extra parts in it? No, because it won't work. When you have a sentence, when you have an essay, you want the right number of words. So omit needless ones that get in the way of your telling. Like I said, I go to the car, I go to get gas for my car for fuel purposes. Well, we know that what fuel is for. So we don't need the purpose of it. The purpose is get my car going. Okay. So that's just a little aside. And that's like, if you want to write anything, you get Elements of Style, and it's the best book ever for writing. Yeah, Finley, you and I are on the same page with this one, and it's a wonderful book, really. I reread it every year or something, and I'm so geeky about this book. I write where I bought it because I have several copies. I have lots and lots of copies, so I always write where I bought it. That's how geeky I am about this book. Did I write in this one? I don't think I did. And one I bought in New York, I wrote in that one too, where I bought it. Okay, let's do another exercise. Why don't we? Okay. What's the, okay, so get ready to write, get ready to write. Let's do some warm up though stuff. Let's do some warm up. I'll throw some more one word stuff at you, or 2-word combinations, and just write down the word that grabs you, okay? And let's see, cable or streaming? Cable or streaming? Instagram or TikTok? I'm trying to be hip. Hand or foot? Ears or nose? Okay. This is kind of the whole theme of this is telling your story, because what you have to say matters. So what's the first thing you're going to do when they say COVID is over? What am I going to do when COVID is over? Write it down. You all know what it's going to be. What's the first thing? And make it big, go crazy. What are you going to do when COVID is over? What are you going to do? The first thing you're going to do when COVID is over, and tell me everything you're going to do. Everything you're going to do when COVID is over. When we don't have to meet like this, but we can actually get together and actually meet in a room together. COVID is over. All clear. Everybody out. Go eat in a restaurant. Go to the ball game. Go to the movies. Remember those days? Ancient history now. Keep writing, keep writing, keep writing. What are you going to do? Don't forget those good adjectives. No amazings. Okay, just another minute or so. Actually had the COVID. They found it in my bloodstream. I didn't know I had it. They found it in my bloodstream in a test. Apparently I was asymptomatic, but I know some people got really sick too. I'm sure you all did too. Okay, and bring it to a natural conclusion. Don't stop, but finish. Let it draw to a natural conclusion. Let the writing tell you how it wants to end. Let the writing tell you how it wants to end. And when it's done, then you put down your pen or your pencil. Okay, just for time's sake, we need to finish up. Would anybody like to read what you wrote? Anybody want to read for the class what you wrote? Anyone? Raise your hand if you want to read. Mia, I see you bursting at the seams there. Go for it. Oh, you got a Harvard shirt on. Cool.
I do. I wrote, once COVID is over, I will go kidnap my best friends, Gio and Sam. Go to the mall and eat all the food we can buy from the food court.
Aha.
Many animes with Gio and Sam. Throw the cat out the window. Push my cousin down the stairs and throw him into a pool. Throw a huge party for my mom. What do you write here? Steal my friend Sam's motorcycle and not give it back for another 3 years. It's go check out the school, and finally go to Peru and spend 3 months there.
Wonderful. That was fun. You're going to have a good time when this is all over. Anybody else? Anybody else want to read what you wrote? No? Okay, let's flip it. Again, this is your story. What's your story? And that's the important thing here. What do you miss most before we went on COVID? What do you miss most? And just write it down. This is what I miss. Just write it. This is what I miss, and just keep writing. Don't think about it. Don't think, but just write. Don't think I miss. Write what you miss most about COVID. Before COVID, when we all shut down in March. And just another half minute or so, guys, because we just gotta. It's a lot to cram into an hour. Okay, and finish your final thought. Don't stop. Finish. Let it come to a natural conclusion. Don't stop. Finish. It's really important. Let the writing tell you how it wants to end. The writing will always do that. Sounds a little silly, but it's true. Okay, and just for time's sake, we need to keep moving forward. By the way, I wanted to point this out, Finley. This is my previous copy of Elements of Style. It's taped together, and you can see it's all battered and bruised and beaten up.
Well loved.
I go through this book. Yeah, this one I bought at Prairie Lights Bookstore in Iowa City when I took a workshop at the University of Iowa, and it's been through the war, so I had to get another one. Oops, so I had to get another one. But yeah, it's the best book you can ever use on writing. You ever get stuck? That's your writing. Hey, quit texting in my class.
Every copy of Shrunken White has a story.
Oh God, that's
There's an
really
origin for every single copy.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Finley, you're a girl from my own heart. I love that book. It's so great. It's a really good book for writing. Every other writing book, just throw away and use Elements of Style. So if you want to write, you should pick up a copy of Elements of Style. And even if you just want to write for fun, it's worth a read. Like I say, I reread it every year and go through it every year just for grins. I'm a cheap date. Anybody want to read what you wrote? Mia just lights up. Okay, Mia, you're my rock star today.
So I wrote, I miss soccer practices and games. I miss going to the Shakespeare Theater and watching plays with my mom. I miss hanging out with my friends and cousin after school. I miss all the crazy videos I would take with all my friends. I miss going to school, and the one thing I really miss is theater class. I really miss seeing my family. That's in Peru.
Mhm.
That's all I wrote.
Okay. Hey, I have a question for you. Did you see that was great. That was great. And all you did was write a list. And you could write a whole story about any one of those things, right?
Yep.
Did you see the Shakespeare Macbeth they did at Navy Pier?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Remember when the guy came in and started yelling at somebody?
Yeah.
I was the guy. I was the guy he yelled at, and so it was my debut in a Shakespeare play. Yeah, I was the guy who yelled when he yelled knock knock. Yeah, that was me. That was me. I thought, okay, somebody's coming in from the back, so he's going to talk to somebody in the audience. Who's it going to be? And of course, it was me. So, which was great fun, and I was all up for it. So that was great. Yeah, you never know what's going to happen. And let's do a couple more exercises. Are you guys getting anything out of this? Is this helpful to you guys? I want this to be helpful to you, and you can take this back to your classes too. What grades you guys in? I'm just curious.
I'm a sophomore.
Sophomore, okay. Anybody else? Could you want to say in the eighth grade?
Eighth.
Who's? Oh, Joe, you're in eighth grade. Okay. I remember those days. Junior, Brenda. Brenda, where are you? Brenda. Oh, I can't see you, Brenda. Okay, you're a junior. You're the one who looks like Ernie. Okay. Anybody? What other guys? What grade are you? Eighth grade. Eighth grade. Okay. And Josh, what grade are you? Can you hear me, Josh? Oh, what did I do to my?
Josh is actually a staff member with.
Oh, well then never
ELS.
mind, Josh.
Yeah.
I thought you looked a little old for this.
This is a
I
full
thought you
group
looked a little old
right
for
there.
this. Okay, yeah. It's okay. Yeah, I'm in kindergarten self-emotionally. So okay, well that's good. Hey, what are you laughing about, Joe? So yeah, hey, never lose that. Never lose that because it keeps you creative, keeps you on your toes, keeps you creative. Okay, so here's what the last thing we're gonna do, I think, and then I want to show my typewriters off. Here's the last thing I'm do. This is your writing prompt. This is my story. This is my story. Start writing. No, don't give me that look, Mia. Just write. This is my story. This is my story. And exaggerate. You can overwrite it. And here's something that, well, you know what? Stop, guys. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I meant to tell you this at the beginning. Stop, stop, stop. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Joe. There's 6 things that make your writing really come alive. I talk about voice a lot with students, getting your voice on the page so you sound like you and not like anybody else. And there's 5 things, well, really 6 that make up your voice. And the first 5 there's something you have with you all the time, and they're in multiple forms. They're in multiple. Can any of you figure out what those are? 5, you always have them with you. It helps, how so the world can see what you see and hear what you hear. What are those 5 things? I just told you. What are those 5 things that you always have with you? Anybody? Josh is in 20th grade. That's good. What are those 5 things that get your voice on the page to help the world see what you see and hear what you hear and all these other things? I'm telling you right away. What are they?
The 5 senses?
Bing, bing, bing. Correct, Rega. The 5 senses. Now, you have a 6th sense. You have a 6th sense inside of you, and it comes in multiple forms, and it comes all the time. Sometimes they're contradictory. Okay, what could they be? What could that be? It's sort of a 6th sense, and it works with the senses. Yeah, right. Meaning what?
Your brain.
Your brain. Well, what's inside your brain? What comes from it? Your what? Oh, you guys are making me feel so bad because you can't get this right. I'd be so happy if you would get it right. What would it be? Oh, I got you there. What would that be? Your what? Your what? What is that 6th sense? Come on, anybody. What is that? It works with it. So with your senses and your, God, I would be so happy if you would tell me what this was. Instead, I'm feeling very sad because you're not telling me what it is. Come on. Oh, you got it. You got it, Joe. I can see. I can read that face. Ooh, look at those eyes. Your emotions. Think about this.
Imagination?
Your emotions. Yeah. Well, think about this. When you're really mad, do you hear the same way or do you see the same way as when you're happy? When you're when you're really happy, does the food taste better than when you're sad? When you're sad, you can't even taste your food when you eat it. So when your senses and your emotions get together on the page, that makes your voice come alive, and suddenly you hear who you are. And the reader who picks up your stuff says, "Oh, now I know who Joe is. Now I know who Mia is. Now I know who Brenda is. Now I know who Rika is. Now I know who Finley is." That's how we know. Your senses, your emotions, use them together. So let's do that. I'm sorry, I meant to tell you guys that at the first. This is who I am. And tell me, this is who I am. Just start writing. This is who I am, or I am, or whatever. This is who I am, and this is my story. This is who I am, and this is my story. Excuse me. Just another minute or so. Can finish your final thought, your final idea. Don't stop, finish. Don't stop, finish. Let the writing come to a natural conclusion. Let it tell you how it wants to end. The writing will tell you that. And it's quite impressive to see how much you guys are writing. It's really impressive.
Quick question, what are we doing? I just got back from doing something.
Oh, we're writing. We're writing, Mia. I mean, you know, what's your story was the prompt. You can write it later, but what's your story?
Okay.
What's your story? You can write it later. Or you can, because we're about to, I want to do a couple things more. So we're, okay. How did that go for you guys? How did that go? What happened here? What's going on there? What, what happened here? I know you wrote. Joe, I thought there was smoke coming out of your pen. You were writing so fast. You have a lot to say, apparently, which is good. Which is good. What happened here, guys? Anybody? What happened? Just tell me what happened. You don't have to read it if you don't want, but what happened? Did anybody get stuck? Didn't look like it. Didn't look like you got stuck. Looked like you got. I think Joe's still going, which is good. Which is good. Okay, it's good. Don't so. Just some things, and I am old. So these are just some things I've learned about writing over the years. Okay. I'm 60. Okay. So I'm like older than your dad. Okay. But I'm cooler. Right. So, but yeah, thank you, Rika. Okay. So just some things, just to stuff for you to remember. First of all, throw away all that silly nonsense about you have the thesis and this and that. And when they tell you your conclusion, restate the thesis, don't do that. Give the reader something to think about. That's what you should do with your conclusion, and take away and say, here's something I didn't know before. Here's what I want to learn. And I remember is a great tool if you ever get stuck. Just write, I remember, and just keep writing what you remember. And don't worry about spelling. Don't worry about grammar. Who cares about that stuff anyway? Don't worry about your spelling or don't worry about your grammar. For your first draft, it doesn't matter. Don't even worry about staying in lines on the page if you're writing in a book. Just you make it yours. Make it your own. Okay? Your senses and your emotions. Make your writing come alive. So the reader gets your voice on the page. When they pick it up, they know who they're reading. They know they're reading Mia. They know they're reading Finley. They know they're reading Rika. They know they're reading Joe. They know they're reading Brenda. Okay? And that's what you want. You're there's only one you. And I know you get this a lot. You've heard this from people smarter than me, but there is only one you. And that comes through in your writing. And I think the most important thing that I want you guys to get from this is what you have to say matters. Don't ever be afraid to say what you want. You know, I mean, there's plenty of places where they'll say, oh, don't think that or don't say that. And you know exactly what I'm talking about. But when it's you and that page, what you say matters. It's the most important thing. What you have to say matters, who you are matters, and telling your story matters. If it's you want to publish it and write a bunch of books like Behind My Head, or if you just want to write it in your journal just for you, it matters. And get those words out there. Get them out there. Use your senses, use your emotions, use I remember, and say what you mean and mean what you say. Those are my other two things. What you say matters, say what you mean what you say. Use I remember, let the writing tell you where it wants to go, let it come to a natural conclusion. All this silly stuff I've been saying, it works. It took me a long time to learn all this stuff. So you're getting into like half an hour, an hour. So you got it over me. And pick up elements of style if you really want to write. Now, I want to show you my, I wish we were in a classroom because I would have shown you my typewriter and you could have worked on it. Could we show that picture of my typewriter, Finley? Can you control that, or Josh, can you control that? There's a picture of my typewriter on the screen.
I'm not the tech person. That would be this mysterious figure in UMedia program.
UMedia.
I don't have the ability to share.
Is that Cordia? Is that you? Could you show take my screen, show the picture of the typewriter? Because I'm not sure how to do that.
Let me see.
And I really use the typewriter. That's how I learned. I learned how to, and you know what, guys? Here's an important lesson: learn to touch type. So you don't have to look at the screen. I mean, you don't have to look at your fingers. Learn to touch type. It's a really useful skill. It's one of the best skills I ever got in high school, was learning to touch type. I guess, well, if we can't, we can't. Well, if you want to know more, you can always go to my website, arniebernstein.com, ARNIEBERNSTEIN. You can go to my website and take a look around. You won't find anything, but you can take a look around. I have pictures of my typewriters on there. I have 3 typewriters. My main one is my Olympia S9, and you'll see the picture on that. And I have one, it's called a Skywriter, and they made it for business guys in like the 1950s when they went on business trips. And I use it when things are open, and I go to coffee shops back in those good old days when we had them. I go to the coffee shop and on my typewriter, and nobody bothers me either because they think I'm strange. But they're fun. I'm sorry we weren't in a real classroom, because it would have been fun for you guys to work on a typewriter. Okay, any questions? Do you guys have any questions at all? No? Okay. I'm on Real Arnie B on Twitter if you're so inclined, but you'll just hear me and my friends whining about politics and publishing. But if you have any questions afterwards, just shoot me an email, arniebernstein@gmail.com, or shoot me an email on Twitter or whatever it is. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them for you. I won't read your novel. Just so you know in advance, I will not read your novel. I don't have time. Too busy reading my own stuff, and it sucks. But well, did you guys have a good time? Did you get stuff out of this? Did this help you? Well, good. I'm glad. That's what it's all about. So thank you so much. I've enjoyed working with you guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Well, before you send everyone away, I do
Yes.
have just some quick wrap-up stuff. Thank you, Arnie, for leading an amazing workshop. So thank you again, Arnie.
Thank you, guys. I've enjoyed it. I hope you did too. I like working with you guys. It keeps me young, and I ain't young. So okay. Thanks so much, guys. I've really enjoyed working with you. And again, if you have any questions or something, just shoot me an email or shoot me a tweet or whatever. Take care. Bye-bye.